Hello and welcome. In this video we will be taking a closer look at my genuine American police interceptor. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button, it helps me out more than you realise. Going forwards, all of my content will be based around this car, so if you want to see more, subscribe to this channel. To start today's video, we will be taking a brief dive into this car's history. As you guessed already, we named the car Oreo. Oreo works better than Ford Crown Vic every time, am I right? Oreo entered service with the Warminster Police Department in January 2009. Warminster Township is located outside of Philadelphia and Bucks County, featuring nothing but strip malls and attractive houses. The department operates out of Warminster Township building and serves the township 24/7. Oreo was car number 25 and served alongside 30 other vehicles in the police department. There are many photos of this car during its 10-year service. To many, this was just a regular police car, but nobody knew that someday this car would be daily driven in England. The average American mind cannot comprehend this. In 2019, Unit 7425 retired from service. The department started the process of stripping the car down until I got involved. And with the help of a local PA resident, the car was purchased from the township and shipped 3,000 miles across the Atlantic to the UK. This car truly was worn out when I first got my hands on it. This is where I realised it was going to be a big project. Before work started on the car, I used it for money-making purposes. In 2021, I got lucky. So lucky, it became the highlight of my life. Rockstar Games essentially hired my car for audio recordings for the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6. Being a fan of the series since I was a kid, I struggled to contain my excitement. I still to this day can't believe they hired my car for the work. They used a famous British stunt driver named Nicky Faulkner, who had a rather impressive IMDb portfolio of projects. The car was used for several hours at Millbrook Testing Ground and was covered in microphones for the duration of the stay. Renovation work started on Oreo, and by 2022 the car was registered and officially made road legal. And why do cops have to eat the steering wheel? Honestly, look at the state of this sad excuse for a steering wheel. Following a collision on some country roads, I decided to move forwards with my plans and give the car a huge makeover, which would make this Crown Vic one of the most attractive in the UK. What you are looking at here is the last footage of this car in its original 15-year-old condition. Everything on the outside of this car was about to be stripped down and started all over again. It was sad to have to do this, but it was completely necessary to make the car shine once again. The entire process took 6 weeks. This really was a big job. There were times where the progress slowed down, and the car would just sit there rotting away. All bases were covered, the wheels, the dents, and even the light lenses. This car was essentially reborn. The graphics came afterwards, and boy did they look good. Good start. And there you have it. That was quite the improvement, right? The work was supposed to be done in 4 weeks, but took 6 instead. This car needed more time, mostly due to its size. The vehicle graphics were the hardest challenge. With no contacts from the department, I had to recreate all of the livery graphics from scratch. This was no fun task, as I couldn't trust any sign company to accurately do this, so I spent weeks recreating everything in Photoshop. But in the end, everything worked out nicely. So this is the part you've most likely been watching this video for. A walk-around tour. What you are looking at right here is a 2009 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. If you didn't already know the name of this iconic car, you've always known it as the go-to taxi and police car in every American movie. The Police Interceptor version of this car comes with everything a police car would ever need: 17-inch steel wheels, raised reinforced suspension, an improved oil cooling system, and a more powerful alternator. This car starts up healthy every time I use it. Simply perfect. You'd never guess this car had in excess of 160,000 miles. This car is powered by the 4.6 modular V8 engine, which on this car produces 250 horsepower and enough torque to climb a hill in top gear. And whilst 250 horsepower may not be a lot for an engine of this size, it makes up for this in longevity and reliability. The engine is paired with the 4R75E 4-speed automatic transmission, which is one of the strangest transmissions I've ever come across. Like seriously, only the overdrive gear locks the revs, whereas the other 3 gears will drop to neutral when taking your foot off the gas. If someone in the comments could explain the science behind this, I would greatly appreciate this. I also have to add that this car is running the awful Dorman intake manifold, as my OEM one cracked in 2023 and I've yet to get a hold of a replacement. This manifold is based on the older design and results in a loss of 30 horsepower. Moving inside, the car is close to original from when it was in service. The steering wheel was recently replaced, but everything else remains original to this car. The radio, lighting controls, siren controller and laptop are things you would have seen in this car during its service life. Before you ask, no, the laptop does not have the police CAD system on it. In fact, the entire hard drive was removed and has since been replaced with an SSD and Windows 10 for my viewing pleasures in standstill traffic. All I know about the radio is that it doesn't work. The main unit is missing and all that remains is the control head. I promise someday I will have this working again. Before the radio, we have the old school lighting switches and the wheel and siren amplifier with the busted PA microphone. This is a simple setup. We have front flash for all forward-facing lights, rear flash for the rear, wig-wags which flash both the headlights and takedowns, a buggered Opticom transmitter, and takedowns and alley lights. Some of the lights on this car are older than the car itself, like these Whelen 500 series grille lights from 2007, which make me go crazy as one flashes slightly faster than the other. The light bar is also older than the car, which tells us that the police department reused equipment from their older cars. This is a 47-inch Code 3 RX 2700 light bar from 2007. Warminster Police did not hold back in equipping their cars. There's quite a lot of lights on this car, which meant the department wanted this car to be seen when responding. I will give you a moment to embrace how many lights are on this goddamn thing. This is the 295 series with a rotary knob to change the selected mode. I shall now demonstrate some of the sounds on this unit. Headphone users beware. Some other cool and genuine stuff inside the car are things like this ticket lamp. It has both red and white lights, which not many Crown Vics had. There's also 12-volt sockets, cup holders and a large armrest that will never break. Let's also not forget this steel partition with a sliding window to essentially mute those brotherly arguments in the back. I really love this thing. Another thing I love on this Crown Vic is the boot space. You can seriously fit a lot of things in here. What sucks is there's no 12-volt socket as standard. If you're willing to sacrifice space for your full-size spare wheel, you can fit a decent-sized subwoofer on this shelf. This large area provides great acoustics for a subwoofer. If this car didn't have a partition, the rear seating area would also be spacious. But criminals don't deserve legroom. Going back outside of the vehicle, this Unity spotlight is a great tool for winter nights, and even better to use on oncoming drivers who do not turn off their full beams. So whilst this car is my pride and joy, it is by no means a perfect car. At 16 years old, it is starting to show its age. Worn seats, scratched door panels, corroded tank straps, and rust are among some of the problems with this car. But I knew from the start what I would be taking on, and I remain determined in keeping this car as close to perfect as possible. Driving a car of this size is certainly an experience on British roads. As you can see here on this country lane, it takes up the full width of the road. It is a beast of a car and sometimes can be difficult to park as our parking spaces are designed for much smaller cars. Having the steering wheel on the left also produces new blind spots both in car parks and on the roads. Owning one of these is no joke. The most common question I get asked is, can you have police written on that car? And the simple answer is yes. At the time of this recording in June 2025, there is no legislation in the UK that prevents you having police, ambulance or fire on your vehicle. So to the uneducated people in the comments who keep giving me shit, do some research already. Because this shit's getting annoying. Whilst I'm here doing this video, I might as well answer all of the frequently asked questions from both the British public and the American viewers on here. Are you a police officer? No, I am not. The closest affiliation I have with the police is helping to raise money for police charities. Shows like Cops in Cars in Leeds every August are where I get to do this. So if you like everything police, come over and say hello. How often do the police stop you? I would have to say at least once a year. It is down to luck, I guess. I only ever seem to get stopped for the police wording on my car. Or just so they can have a proper look at the car, which always allows for an amusing photo opportunity. Do you struggle parking it? In car parks, yes, the spaces are too small for a car this size. It isn't all bad news. The Crown Vic's huge size is impossible to miss in busy car parks. Costco UK's spaces are the only ones in the UK that will accommodate this thing. Does your partner approve of this? Not many women would, because they hate to see how easy it is for men to be happy, but I'm glad to say that mine approves. In fact, approval is an understatement. She loves the car as much as I do. She has supported me consistently through the thick and thin with this car. From helping me work on it to attending proms and even buying new things for it. She's easily this car's #1 fan. We also have good banter. I bully her. And she bullies me. When can you use your lights and sirens? I'm not allowed to use them on public highways unless permission has been given from a higher authority. You can use them in an emergency if it can be justified as an appropriate action for the incident. Under UK Good Samaritan laws, I can use my lights on a public highway to slow down traffic at a collision scene where emergency services have not yet arrived. I've done this twice before, and I have friends who have done the same. And of course, you can use them on any private property unless the landowner finds it annoying and kicks you off. A Karen had a go at me on Instagram over this video, despite the complete 100% legality of it. So, I hope this video was worth it. I will continue to work on this car and keep it running. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it. I read the comments too, so leave your feedback below. Subscribe to the channel for more and feel free to follow me on Instagram. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon. Huh, you're still here. Well, why don't you click on one of these links below? After all, that helps me out too.